1-1 the count. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but I'm back here now. So glad you could join us here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. I'm Mari Wall, the Sasquatch and the Moo, the final game of the regular season and everything to play for both of these two teams. Elijah Bobo with 2 outs facing Bridger Coleman. Count is 1-2. Bobo, the third pitcher used by the Sasquatch today. Russell Peterson started this game, went just 2/3 of an inning, was lifted after the first rain delay. Then Jake Dempsey, 3 1/3, and now 2 hours later, here we are in the 5th. With Elijah Bobo on the mound, he'll work the 5th and hopefully a few more for the Sasquatch. He got Anderson to line out to first. Bonner grounded out to second, and now Bobo trying to finish off a scoreless top of the 5th inning. With everything to play for, the winner of today's game is in the ILB Championship Series against the Casper Spuds. Coleman goes down on strikes. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Elijah Bobo. And now the Sasquatch bats will come to the plate trailing by 7. It'll be Coleman, Scott, and Evans coming up for the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 5th when we come back.
I want to shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Well, we'll reintroduce you here to the Sasquatch lineup in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Sasquatch trailing 7-0, Fremont on top. It's still Gage Ingram on the mound for the Fremont Moo. It was supposed to be Zach Vincent to start this ball game, but Ingram has come in and worked 4 innings, and after 2 hours of a rain delay, same pitcher out there for the Fremont Moo. Vincent has thrown 44 pitches, and he will begin facing Micah Coleman, Chase Scott, and Brinkley Evans. We're joined back up in the press box with Cade Bleeker and Aiden Torpy, who joined us for the bottom of the few other frames as Coleman hits one into left center field. There's a base hit. He will round first and head to second. And the Sasquatch lead off the bottom of the 5th inning with a double off the bat of Micah Coleman to get their offense going here in the home half of the 5th. Well, after a delay that lasts as long as that for both of you, I mean, what's going on for 2 hours? How are you guys staying ready to play? Not you specifically, but the team in general ready to go after a long delay like that?
I mean, I'd say it's kind of hard. I mean, the players, I mean, it's baseball. Anything can happen, but I think we were following the prospects game with the Sodbusters, and when we saw they lost, the boys knew they had a chance. So I think they came back ready to play, and we can see that.
Ground ball off the bat of Scott. There's a base hit. Coleman's going to come home, and he's going to score. The Sasquatch strike with a run.
Yeah!
RBI single off the bat of Chase Scott. Coleman comes home to score. It's a 7-1 ball game.
We're like good luck charms up here, you know.
Oh, we hope. We hope you're good luck charms. We'll see what happens.
That's what we're saying. You never know. You just
RBI
never,
single
ever know.
off the bat of Chase Scott. Well, I mean, it seemed like even in the top of the half inning, when Elijah Bobo was out there on the mound, the fans got into it. And even though you're trailing by 7 runs in that top of the 7th inning or 5th inning, doesn't feel like it. The fans are right in it. Bobo gets the first out of the inning, and they're like, all right, let's go win this ball game. Is that the mindset in the dugout? Everybody feels like this is a game you guys can win despite the not a lot of pitchers on the back end of the bullpen.
Yeah.
You guys can win this one?
Yeah, I think we want to make it, and I think now we got a little bit extra motivation after seeing the game finish. So I think the boys are ready to go.
Yeah, also I think just the fact that this might be the unthinkable, you know. The fact that we're going to do something we didn't think would after Friday night. So, yeah, I mean, why not? Why not give it a shot, you know? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm joking. I think this is a 30 for 30 level
Yeah.
comeback
Yeah,
if this
where's the
happens, right?
ESPN
You've
at?
got hours of rain delay in the middle of it. We're resuming at 9 o'clock. This was a 4:05 start. With how this game's trending, I mean, this could get done close to midnight. Clock could strike midnight, and you guys could end up maybe coming all the way back in the 9th inning and winning this ball game. But first, the Sasquatch will have to start chipping away. Bottom of the 5th inning. After an RBI single by Chase Scott, here's the DH Brinkley Evans. And that pitch is high. The count goes full on Evans. Well, you guys have gotten to interact a little bit with the fan base after every game, of course, signing autographs. Is there anything that stuck out to you with Spearfish and this fan base that you've enjoyed the most about how they're always there cheering you on? Hold that thought. Evans into left center field. Meadows a long run. He's headed towards the track, and he makes the catch. Evans a long fly out to center field. That's the first out of the inning. Chase Scott goes back to first.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fans have been great. You know, like, obviously, after every game day, you know, you sign your autographs, sign your balls. I think the cool thing is, like, some of the fans, they're there, you're signing their balls every day. You know, it's not like they just come and get your autograph signed one time. They're always coming back every time they're here, you know, and it's, like, it's pretty cool to be able to be a part of their lives and, like, kind of influence them in a sense.
First pitch foul off the bat of Danny Cook, the 9th spot in the lineup. Chase Scott still aboard at first.
Back in Torp, it's really cool to see, like, it's safe.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it's just really cool to, like, see, like, same fans every day, and then some new ones every now and then. And there's, like, one girl who draws a picture every time that she's here, and we all sign it. It's always super cool to see what she draws and stuff.
Cook punches one through the right side. There's a base hit. Chase Scott will go to second. Sasquatch have 3 hits in the inning. Danny Cook with a base hit. And now the Sasquatch with first and seconds. And 1 man out. When you're trailing by this much in a ball game, still plenty of time to go, but enter in 7-0. What's the approach? I know you guys are pitchers, but as a team in the mindset for hitters, what is the approach trying to chip away and sort of not get out of yourself and do anything crazy, just try to chip away?
Yeah, I think as a pitcher, you're just kind of trying to keep us in the game, you know, like around here or there probably wouldn't hurt, but you just want to kind of limit that big inning, you know, and yeah, as a pitcher, all you can do is pound strikes. I mean, you got nothing to lose. There's no pressure on you. You're down 7. I mean, Bobo just has to throw strikes, and I mean, just pound the zone, let the field do the work, get some momentum, and then the hitter's just got to chip away at it, and it's baseball. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, we're going to get a pitching change here as Ingram is going to depart after 2 hours of a rain delay. Not surprising that maybe he comes in a little bit rusty to begin the bottom half of this inning. So Ingram's day is done, works into the 5th. He'll strand first and second for a new pitcher. We'll introduce you to them when we come back.
Health, orthopedics, and sports medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines to support our local athletes. At our clinic locations throughout the region. And at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us. Working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger. Getting better. Getting you back to your best self. Monument Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. Here for whatever moves you.
So untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
New pitcher into the ballgame for the Fremont Moo. It's Theo Hughes who takes over. Saw him 2 nights ago back on the 26th. He worked 2 innings out of the bullpen, gave up 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. 2 walks and 5 hits across those 2 innings. Struck out 2 as well. And now he'll start his outing by facing the top of the lineup, Matthew Gonzalez, who looks at ball 1. The numbers on the season for Hughes, 18 1/3 innings pitched. He's got a 2-0 record, 2 saves in 2 opportunities, and he carries a 3.93 ERA, a 1.53 whip into today's outing. First and second, Scott at second, Cook at first, and Gonzalez grounds one fair inside the third base line. Chase Scott is going to come all the way home to score. Danny Cook will stop at third. Cruising into second with an RBI double is Matthew Gonzalez, and the Sasquatch continue to chip away. Gonzalez drives home Scott. The Sasquatch will have second and third with still just 1 man out, and it's a 7-2 ball game. I think we might have to have you up here for a lot of half innings. If the Sasquatch can come back and chip away in this half inning, up here again with Cade Bleeker and Aiden Torpy, now 2 on with 1 out, and Ben Green coming up. Well, we'll talk maybe a little bit about Matthew Gonzalez. Struggled a bit out of the gate defensively, but over his last stretch, he's been really good defensively. How much of a pleasure is it for you? I know, Bleeker, obviously you're more of a contact pitcher, to have a guy like Matthew Gonzalez usually on the infields where you can trust the ball hit to him.
It's been actually amazing because I know when the ball's hit his way, 99% of the time the play's gonna be made, and it really, like, the biggest, like, the first time that I really noticed, like, him defensively was Hastings. He made 2 dope plays were hit to him that he made for me, and then he had a really nice, like, diving play in the hole, and the 4-3 hole over here, and it was awesome to watch. And I think ever since then, it's like his defense has been just lights out. It's been awesome.
Ben Green swings and misses, a ball on a strike to the center fielder. Still 2 on with just 1 out. Danny Cook now at third base, and Matthew Gonzalez at second. Decent speed for the Sasquatch. They've scored 2 runs in this half inning. Got a 3-up, 3-down inning from Elijah Bobo in the top of the 5th inning. We've got a pinch hitter on deck as well, Ackerman. Not in the on-deck circle. Chance Green is on deck. And Green looks at a pitch in the dirt. It's blocked by Coleman. He can't find it. Now he can. So Ben Green on a 1-2 count with 2 on and 1 out, trying to chip away. After a long rain delay here at the ballpark. Huge shout out to the entire intern staff for helping get the field ready to go and back in playable condition. 1-2 into left center field. Long run from Meadows. He's not going to get it. It's going to drop in left center for a base hit. Cook will score. Gonzalez will score. The throw to second's not in time. It's a 2-run double for Ben Green. And the Sasquatch have scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's just a 3-run ball game here in Spearfish. There's the celebration that Ben Green does at second base. The T-pose done up here in the booth by a couple players, Aiden Torpy and Cade Bleeker joining us. Well, Green has been mightily impressive all year. I mean, you might not think it with his stature, one of the shorter guys on the team, but he drives the ball into the outfield. He's hit a couple home runs, good speed. He's just an all-around fun baseball player to watch in every facet.
Yeah, I think at the plate he just has a really good approach. You know, he can turn on one when he gets the pitch, but for the most part, he has like really good ABs. Kind of takes the counts deep, and you know, just kind of does jobs like that. You know, put the ball in the gap, score a couple runs, or just simply do a job.
Chance Green will look at ball one in the dirt. Well, Green is taken over for Ackerman. This is Ackerman's spot in the order. The catcher, 0 for 2 today. He's lifted, and Chance Green will take over, batting with Ben Green at second base. Touch on the both of you dealing with different catchers after this pitch and what that experience is like. 1-0 the count. Theo Hughes, the new pitcher, into the ballgame. Missed there, and the count goes to 2-0. Well, coming here for summer ball, obviously, you get to know these catchers maybe moments before you even throw to them for the first time. I mean, what's that like? 4 different catchers on the roster over the course of the summer, sort of learning how they like to catch or how you like to pitch, and just trying to mesh with those catchers as best you can.
It's pretty fun actually. You kind of get to learn kind of their pitch calling style. Like Ackerman's really good at like reading swings and calling pitches off of the swings, which is really good for me because then I can learn to like trust his pitch calling a little more. Where other guys, they might sometimes they fall into a rhythm with pitch calling, and that's when you have to kind of mix it up. But like at the end of the day, it's when you're on the mound, it's you calling your game. So it's fun to like as it goes on, you start to trust your catchers more with their calling, and it's really fun. This is really fun.
Yeah, I think like to add to that, you also got to kind of figure out what works for you and what works with that particular catcher. You know, some guys you might click really well, you might be on the same page with. Others, you might take a little bit more time to kind of understand what their logic is behind like pitch calling and how they call a game. So
2 balls and 2 strikes to Chance Green. Hughes' pitch is taken down low, a full count. It's the 3rd spot in the order. Chance Green, who come in as a pinch hitter for Ackerman. You've got Ryan Bachman due up next. Big spot for the Sasquatch, who've already put up 4 runs in the inning and threatening for more against the Fremont Moo. After a rain delay, they've looked like a completely different team. Here comes the 3-2, and that is low, ball 4. Chance Green, in his first at-bat of the day, walks, and this will be the 8th batter to come up in the frame. Ryan Bachman, the cleanup hitter.
yeah, by Wednesday, I think.
I mean, how fun is it for the Sasquatch right now when everybody's working good at-bats and getting opportunities at the plate? A good plate appearance there for Chance Green, and now, all of a sudden, the tying run is coming to the plate in the form of Ryan Bachman with Ben Green on second and Chance Green on first. Bachman lines one towards short. It's caught, and the throw to second will be late. Carter Sintek makes the catch to retire Bachman, and there are 2 away in the inning. Here comes the right fielder, Javier Marcial. 0 for 2 day for Marcial. A couple flyouts to center fields. Probably don't remember those because they happened well over 2 hours ago. We apologize as well. We had to end our live stream over the first few innings of this ball game and start up a new one for the second half of this game. 2 outs, 2 on, and Marcial hits the first pitch foul. No balls and a strike. Well, for both of you, different pitches obviously coming off the mound for pitchers. Is there a pitch that you think is the hardest pitch for a hitter to hit? Is it the best fastball when you're throwing the hardest, or is it a wicked curveball? Is there a pitch that you think is the toughest for a hitter?
I think the best pitch in baseball is a changeup. If you have a good changeup, even if it's thrown to a righty or a lefty, I mean, that can fool a lot of guys because a lot of the time with like a slider or a curve, you can kind of see the spin. But a good changeup can just fool anyone, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with Torp on that. Like the changeup's become one of the pitches that I'm like almost most comfortable throwing now, which has been a game changer for me. Because when you throw a changeup, it's not really a swing and miss pitch; it's more an out pitch. So that's why I love throwing and why I really try to get as comfortable as I can with it.
1 ball and a strike to Marcial. He takes in the dirt. The ball skips away for a second, but both runners are going to have to retreat and go back to their respective bases. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1 the count with 2 outs, and Javier Marcial at the plate with Chance Green on second and Ben Green on first. Theo Hughes trying to finish off the bottom of the 5th. His 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air, right center fields. Long run for Blount, and it's going to get over his head and off the wall. Marcial will go to second. Ben Green, Chance Green both score. It's a 1-run ball game. Like something out of a movie. Like something out of a movie this is. 7-6 is the score after a 2-run double for Javier Marcial. He brings home Ben and Chance Green, and it is a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 5th. 7 runs to start the ball game for Fremont, and now all of a sudden, the Sasquatch have put up 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Micah Coleman, who led off the inning, is going to come back up to the plate for a second at-bat in this half inning. Well, we'll also, while we have a second, because Theo Hughes will wipe some dirt off of his cleats, we've got Kay Bleeker and Aiden Torpy up here in the booth, and so we've got a baseball in their hands as well, and so we want to run through all their different pitches and maybe show you how you guys grip a baseball, the different pitches that you show for all the viewers at home.
Okay. Well, I throw my fastball like that, and I always have the horseshoe like towards my thumb, and then when I throw a changeup, I literally just drop my finger. It's like this. It's just like a fastball. I just drop my finger down, and then when I throw a slider, I wrap my fingers around the horseshoe like this, and then for a I throw my curveball kind of weird. I spike my finger, so it looks like that. It's kind of, yeah. So it's kind of weird, and it's just slower, but it's cool.
Is there did you learn those pitch grips at different points in time? Did you modify them over the course of your time as a pitcher?
So for my fastball, we have an older guy at my school who he made me flip like the horseshoe on the fastball, and now my fastball gets more run to it, which is really cool. So I also did that with my changeup and just flipped it because of him, and then I learned my slider from another guy at school, and then the curveball I just kind of messed around with, and it's like, what happens if I spike my finger on it, and what will it do? So
and eventually it worked.
Yeah.
Well, here's Micah Coleman, tying run, now standing 90 feet away after a wild pitch, and Coleman takes down low. Well, Aiden, why don't you walk us through some of your pitches here?
Yeah, sure. So for me, four-seam fastball, pretty traditional. Four-seam fastball, pretty traditional, kind of just holding on the horseshoe. For my changeup, I actually throw like a Vulcan. So I kind of split my fingers, and I kind of hold the circle on the horseshoe. And then when I throw, because I'm from the side, I'll kind of pronate over the top of it. And then for my slider, kind of like Bleak's curveball, I throw a spike grip, kind of like that. And it helps me with command, and you kind of get around the ball when I throw from the side.
2-2, the count here on Coleman. Hughes comes home, and Coleman fouls it off. Same thing for you. Did you evolve those pitches over time, and did that change at all when you went from the overhand to the sidearm?
Fastball, pretty traditional. I stick kind of the same. Changeup as well. It's just more natural for me. But for my slider, I did evolve it into a spike grip when I traditionally had a kind of normal slider.
Grounded to second. Anderson throw to first, and that'll get Coleman, and that ends the inning. The Sasquatch put up 6 runs in the bottom half of the 5th. We head to the 6th inning. Fremont only a 1-run lead. Well, both of you guys, you want to stick around just one more half inning? What is the plan?
Let's ride it. Let's ride
All
it.
right, we'll have you guys on for the top of the 6th inning, hoping for another shutdown frame for Elijah Bobo, and then say goodbye to you both up here in the booth and hope the Sasquatch can close it out. Top of the 6th is coming up when we come back.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
So untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Bobo's first pitch in the top of the 6th inning is down low, ball 1. Top of the order, Josh Blount, Jack Tarosian, and Cooper Fucino, 1, 2, 3. In the Fremont order, going up against Bobo for another inning. Bobo came in, originally was supposed to start the 5th inning 2.5 hours ago, and then after the delay, didn't throw a pitch. Now he's back on the mound. He got Anderson, Bonner, and Coleman, 1, 2, 3 in the bottom half, or in the top half of the 5th inning. And now facing the difficult top part of this Fremont order. 3-0, the counts. Well, with Cade Bleeker and Aiden Torpy back up here in the booth, the last half inning they'll join us on the broadcast. There was some superlatives passed around, and you both won a few. I know, Cade, you won a few. Aiden, I know you might, at least the one that had Cade involved in it. Can you run the fans here through the superlatives that you guys won as Josh Blount leads off the inning with a walk?
Yeah, so me and Bleak, we were lucky enough to win a joint award. It was best bromance on the team. So, me and Bleak have kind of clicked since we've been here. So, I'm not sure exactly who voted for that. No, I'm guessing it's the interns, but I think we made it pretty obvious that we have a good connection going. And the other one I won was best accent. I can't really control that one, but I'll take it.
First pitch missing to Jack Tarosian.
Yeah, so we both won the best bromance one, which was awesome. Nobody was even close to us. And then I also won most aura, which was pretty cool. All the guys were really mad about that, but I just told them I didn't even have to try to get it. It's just a thing that some people have and that other people try for. Mm-hmm. Michael Wallet tries for it. Micah Coleman tries to have it. But
so as the guy with the most aura, who has the second most aura?
Probably the guy sitting next to me. It's got to be Aiden Torpy.
I'll take it.
Bobo losing a bit of the strike zone. The count's 2-1.
Michael Wallet's at the bottom.
He's at the bottom.
Least amount
of.
Javi's up there. Javi's definitely up there.
What about Coleman?
Coleman's towards the bottom. Bobo's up
first
there.
For Josh Blount. Tarosian fouls a pitch off. 1-2.
I'm trying to think of like a sneaky one. Sneaky most aura. Easton Brooks. When Easton Brooks was here, that's the sneaky one.
What about like a Ben Green?
Ben Green. Yeah, that's another good one.
Count still at 1-2 on Tarosian. And that pitch is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's some good nicknames on the team as well, going back from Top Gun night, but over the course of the summer. Is there any player that you think, or who do you think has the best nickname on the team?
Nickname.
Whether it's a nickname across the whole team or maybe just sort of an inside nickname from a moment or two. Full count. Nope. That is ball 4. And so it's
kind of hard because I think most of our guys, we kind of just shorten our names, like Bleeker's Bleak. I mean, I'm Torpy, probably Torps. I mean, Barkman, we just call him Bark. Like, I mean, we're pretty lazy with the nicknames, to be honest. But trying to think off the top of my head, I'm not sure at the moment.
I mean, Bachman's the mayor, so that was pretty good. There's one I had. I can't think of it anymore. But there's one that I thought was pretty good. I call him Matty Ice. I don't know why, but it just came to my head.
I mean, the first name Matt as an athlete sort of just kind of sticks across all sports.
Yeah, we haven't been very good at that. I mean, we normally just go with the last names. It's pretty simple. If something happens over the course of the summer that gives them the nickname, it does. But apart from that, I mean, yeah, that's all I got really for that one.
Here's a big player to look out for in this Fremont lineup, Cooper Fucino. Swings and misses on the first pitch. No balls and a strike. 2 walks in the inning from Elijah Bobo. He walked Blount, and then he walked Tarosian. So first and second against Bobo in the top of the 6th inning. Just a 1-run ball game. 6 runs in the bottom half of the 5th have put the Sasquatch right back in it. And Bobo's pitch drops in there for a strike, 0-2. You guys watched a little bit of intern BP. Who has the best swing? I know I probably can imagine one of the first 2 that you'll name. There's really only 2 names there at the top. And then who had the worst swing on the
Steven has so much pop. It's crazy.
Well, he's a Sunday League catcher, and from what he tells me, they've only lost 1 game when he's played as a catcher, and they got perfect gamed.
Well, I mean, the jinx does exist, so now that he's said that, I think a couple L's might be coming his way.
They lost in the playoffs while he was here. I mean, if he was there, different story. He's hitting a couple bombs, I think. If he's there. Cooper Fucino goes down on strikes, and there is out number 1. It's a big strikeout there to Fucino. So 1 away, still 2 on, and here comes the shortstop, Carter Sintek. Feels like a long time since Carter Sintek came up in the first inning and struck out, because it was about 4 hours ago at this point, as this pitch is high. Count 1-0 to Sintek. 0 for 3 day for Sintek thus far. Strikeout, pop out, and a fly out. A lot of fans still sticking around here at the ballpark, hoping the Sasquatch can win and they'd end up facing the Spuds in the playoffs. Pitch down low, 2-0. Well, on the note of facing Casper and the possibility to face the Spuds, you're the only team, the Sasquatch, that have beat the Spuds 3 times this year. Everybody else has beat them twice or fewer. You've always played them hard. Beginning of the season on the road, swept, but after that point, you guys always found a way to beat one of the tougher teams in the league. Sintek grounded to third. Bachman knocks it down. It won't get to the third base bag in time. Bachman has trouble with the ground ball. The bases will be loaded. We'll see if they score that a hit or an error against Ryan Bachman. Either way, bases loaded with just 1 man out. To the note about the Spuds, I mean, you guys are confident no matter who you play. Where does that confidence come from? How do you put out of your mind how good an opponent might be, how bad an opponent might be, and just play your game?
I mean, I think with baseball, the cool thing about it is, like, on their day, anybody can win. You know, like, we've got teams in our league that might be 0-15, but if they have one good outing from a pitcher or a guy at the plate gets hot or a couple guys, it can be a completely different game. And I think for us with the Spuds, we kind of just go out with that mentality that, like, we have nothing to lose, you know? Like, they're the benchmark, and, like, the pressure's on them. And I think that will be the same for us if we go to the playoffs. Because, I mean, I don't think with, like, all our troops kind of falling down at the moment, like, and the results that are happening today, like, if we get there, like, I don't know if many people are expecting us to take it. So I think just having that, like, underdog mentality and the fact that no one thinks we can do it will just help us play with no pressure. You know, we can just go out and play baseball and have fun. And you never know what might happen.
I mean, already today, you find yourself trailing 7-0 after not 1 but 2 rain delays. And here you are, it's a 1-run ball game. Bobo trying to keep it that way with the bases loaded and 1 out. And he hits Connor Peterson. That's a hit by pitch. That'll bring home Josh Blount. Run comes home to score, and the bases stay loaded. Now a 2-run lead for the Moo. The Moo are the defending champions in the ILB. They beat the Casper Spuds last year in 5 games in the ILB Championship Series, so they're trying to get revenge, find themselves back in the playoffs, defeating the Sasquatch today. The winner of today's game is in to face the Spuds in the ILB Championship Series. First pitch outside, 1-0, the count to Meadows. Well, Torpy, you'd played in the Northwoods Leagues. Kate, is this your first summer baseball that you played in?
This isn't like my first summer like league, but this is like first time I've like traveled for summer ball.
Base hit there off the bat of Meadows. Here comes Terozzi, and he's going to score. Everybody goes station to station. They'll bring home one, and the bases will stay loaded off an RBI base hit by Miles Meadows. So another run in for the Moo. They've scored 2 in the inning, and now extended to a 9-6 lead. And here comes Caden Anderson, the second baseman, trying to keep it going. Anderson swings and misses, strike one. Well, with the prospects beating the Sodbusters out in Hastings, if the Sasquatch win, then they are in. Fremont didn't need any help. And so if they would have won last night or if they win tonight, they're in as well. Sodbusters did lose out in Hastings. This is line toward center. Green coming on. He's not going to get it. And the ball drops in front of him. He throws all the way to third. And that's going to get by Bachman. Sintek already came home to score. Peterson will score as well. And that's another 2 runs that come home to score off the single by Caden Anderson. He'll get 1 RBI on the play, but an errant throw in center fields will bring home another. And so now it's an 11-6 Fremont lead. All of a sudden, Fremont jumps back out in front. Well, baseball, as sports are in general, is really so much about the momentum shifting from one team to another. One big inning can change the landscape of things. Bobo's first pitch is high to Isaac Bonner. How much of a factor does momentum play in baseball when you find yourselves trailing by a lot or winning by a lot or starting to come back in a ball game? How big is that momentum?
It's definitely huge. I mean, even the slightest things, such as a 1-2-3 inning, you know, in the big scheme of things, might not seem that much, but when you got the momentum, you just never know. Shout out to my dad as well. He's just waving at me.
Wild pitch there brings home another. Miles Meadows scores. Caden Anderson now at third base. 5 runs in the inning for Fremont. It's back to a 6-run ball game. Here's Bonner still at the plate. He takes high. Now 3 balls and no strikes to Bonner. Third baseman is 1 for 2 today. He brought home 1 run with an RBI double. That was all the way back in the top of the first inning. And he walks on 4 pitches. So Bonner will reach, and the Moo will have first and third with just 1 man out. And here comes the 9th spot in the lineup, the catcher, Bridger Coleman. A couple hits today, 2 RBI singles to go along with a strikeout out of the 9th spot in the lineup. Coleman has put together a good season. He swings and misses. On strike 1, well, Elijah Bobo, both of you fellow pitchers with Bobo, so you've gotten to know him a little bit and seen him pitch up close over the course of the summer. What can you tell us about Bobo and the way he throws the ball and his mindset on the mound as a pitcher? What makes him good on the mound as this pitch is popped up to the right side? Going to be a long run for everybody. It's Gonzalez who's going to get there and make the catch. We talked about the defense of Gonzalez. That's a nice defensive play for out number 2.
With Bobo, I think the biggest thing with him is he can chuck it. He can throw. He throws pretty hard. So I think that's what he really relies on most. Is just pounding the strike zone with his fastball. So it's different than me, but it's good that he has so much confidence in it. I think that's probably the best. That's his best pitch, and that's how he gets outs.
Yeah, and like kind of to add to that, I think Bobo was also a two-way kind of coming into this year. He wasn't really sure if pitching was his career path or hitting, and I think he's taken this summer. I think he's figured out how to pitch, and I think that's the road he's taking. And I think for him on the mound, I think his presence, like when he's up there on the mound, you know, he's a pretty big character, and I think like as a pitcher, presence is huge. Like if you have that confidence on the mound, like you can shut down an offense. You know, you might have the best stuff in the world, but if you look like you're defeated on the mound, like you're probably going to get hit around a bit. So
Is there any phrase that you tell yourself when you're on the mounds right before you either start a half inning or coming out of the bullpen? Is there anything you're telling yourself to sort of give yourself a self-talk, a bit of confidence? Anything going through your head in a situation like that?
Well, it's certainly a couple of things we probably can't say on stream. But also, I guess just the fact for me is like when I'm on the mound, it's me versus the hitter. Like there's nothing else that really matters. And just knowing that I'm better than him, you know. And if you know you're better than the hitter, then that confidence is going to carry over every time you throw the ball.
2 strikes here, the count.
That's the same for me too. Like I tell myself that I'm better than this guy and I can beat this guy, and that's really that's just what I tell myself every batter that comes up before the game, everything.
Blount fouls this 2-2 off. Blount led off this inning with a walk. The Moo have batted around in this half inning in the top of the 6th. They've scored 5 runs and still threatening for more with Anderson on third and Bonner on first. Elijah Bobo trying to get through this top of the 6th inning, facing the leadoff man, Josh Blount. And that's in the dirt, so the count goes full. Bonner at first attempted to steal on the pitch prior before the foul ball. He'll be off and going on this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Bobo needs 1 more out to finish off the 6th. The 3-2. And that's in the dirt. It gets past Chance Green, but no advancement at third from Anderson. Blount walks for a second time in this inning, and the bases are back to loaded with 2 outs. And here's Jack Tarosian coming to the plate. Tarosian, the 2 spot in the lineup. He's been on base twice today. He scored 2 runs. He singled in the first, flew out in the second, struck out in the third, and walked last inning. Or actually, check that, he walked this inning. Here in this top of the 6th frame, Fremont, after surrendering the lead 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, made it just a 1-run ball game. They've pounced back and scored 5 in this top half of this inning as Bobo misses the zone. The count goes to 2-0. Bobo's now thrown 50 pitches. Looking to get through 2 innings. And he misses high, 3-0. Cooper Fucino on deck and nowhere to put Jack Tarosian, in danger of walking in the 13th Moo run of the game. And he does just that. It's a 4-pitch walk to Jack Tarosian. That's 2 straight that Bobo has walked. Caden Anderson will come home to score the 6th run of the inning for Fremont. And the bases stay loaded with 2 outs. And here's Cooper Fucino up once again. Fucino doubled his first time up. That was in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second, flew out in the 4th, and he struck out for the first out of this half inning. With Bonner on third, Blount on second, and Tarosian on first. Fucino takes ball 1. Count evens up on the DH. And that is high, 2 balls and a strike. Command seems to be getting away from Bobo a little bit here in this very long top of the 6th inning. No action in the Sasquatch bullpen. They don't have a lot of arms available the rest of the way. As Fucino fouls this pitch off and the count goes to 2-2. Fucino, a very dangerous bat in this Fremont lineup. Base hit here could continue what's been an onslaught for Fremont offensively today. 6 runs in the first, 1 run in the third, and now 6 more runs in the 6th. Bobo's 2-2. He's outside. Count goes full, and now everybody will be off on the pitch. Bonner, Blount, Tarosian, all around the infields will be off and running on the 3-2 with 2 outs. Elijah Bobo comes home And it's chopped towards third and foul. And the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bobo has had to work here in the 6th inning. Nothing's been easy for Bobo. Another full count with everybody on the pitch. The swing and a miss to Cooper Fucino. And the top of the 6th inning finally done after 6 runs for Fremont. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us up here in the booth for, what was it, 4 innings or so in total?
I think our luck's finally run out. It was cooking for a while, but we're going to go support the boys now in the dugout.
Yeah, we need you in the dugout, generate some offense for the
know.
team.
I might go hit this game, too. We'll see if the boys need the backup, but we'll figure it out.
Well, it's fun to have you guys up here. The last game of the regular season, at least. Always fun to have you on before this summer perhaps comes to a close. So glad you could join us. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you having us.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Sasquatch find themselves trailing by 7.
Spot-on teamwork saves me so much time. I haven't spent a single minute in my back office this week. Teamwork simplifies employee communications, scheduling, tip-outs, and payroll. It even syncs with my POS, so I know my data is accurate. All right, tips are out. In fact, teamwork has saved me so much time, I was able to take today off to film this.
Cut! Now remember, you really hate that back office.
Chase Scott on a first pitch, ropes one towards short, and it's caught by Carter Sintek. Nice defensive play by the Fremont shortstop, robs Chase Scott of a leadoff single. A hard line drive right into the glove of Carter Sintek, and that is how the bottom of the 6th inning will begin. Sasquatch found themselves trailing by 7 runs, and they're back in the same spot after giving up 6 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Sasquatch will have to come all the way back once again. Here's the DH, Brinkley Evans, 8-hole hitter. Bottom third of the order against Theo Hughes. And a pitch outside, even 1-0 to Brinkley Evans. Well, the Sasquatch bats certainly capable of putting up a lot of runs. The thing is, it's just they're so thin on the pitching side of things that it's going to be so tough down the stretch. Even if they somehow do win this ball game, to even put up a fight against the Casper Spuds with essentially no pitching would be miraculous. 1-1 the count with Evans the DH, who's 0 for 2 today. Ground out and a fly out. Fouls it off, and the count moves to 1-2. And not only on the pitching side of things are they depleted, but a couple of their best bats going down with injuries last night. No more Kyle Finn. Lane Symes shaken up. Seth Nelson done for the summer, into the playoffs if that were to happen. Jordan Bowman, the same thing, done for the rest of the playoffs. Hayden Torpy, even if they make the playoffs, I'm not sure how much longer he could continue to throw. Evans hits it well to center field. Meadows settles under it, and he makes the catch. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Ninth spot in the lineup, Danny Cook. Cook is 1 for 2 today. He grounded out in the 3rd, and he singled in the 5th. Sasquatch batted around 6 runs on 6 hits in the bottom of the 5th inning. And a strike to Cook. Well, Cook's put together an amazing summer. 1 for 2 today. Coming into today, .439 batting average in 25 games played. OPS 1.022. and making his first start of the year in left field with the Sasquatch. Not a lot of outfielders available, and Cook's bat amongst the best on the team, giving him a start in left field. Hasn't seen much action on balls put in play towards him. 25 games played. He's got 12 multi-hit games on the year. Has not seen a lot of playing time recently. Chopped it weakly towards third. Bonner comes in on it, throws across, and they get Cook at first. And the Sasquatch go down quietly in order in the bottom of the 6th inning. As we head to the 7th, Fremont Moo are on top by 7, 13-6 the score.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Elijah Bobo is back out there for another inning of work. 2 innings for Bobo, 6 runs, all of them earned. 5 walks, 3 hits, and 3 strikeouts on the day for Bobo as he misses on the first pitch to Sintek. Sintek, Peterson, Meadows, 4, 5, 6 in the Fremont lineup going up against Bobo. Missed again. 61 pitches for Elijah Bobo, 26 of them for strikes. Looked good in the top of the 5th, not so good in the top of the 6th. 3-0. Nathan Harb is warming up in the Sasquatch pen. Could see him for maybe 1 inning, perhaps 2 if he's effective. And a 4-pitch walk to Carter Sintek is how the top of the 7th will begin. Looked like Spearfish had all the momentum in the bottom half of the 5th inning after a rain delay. They put up 6 runs. It was just a 1-run ball game at the time, and now it seems like Fremont is back in control with all the momentum. Elijah Bobo's day is done after the 4-pitch walk. Head coach Justice Scott will go to the bullpen, and new pitcher coming in to face Connor Peterson when we come back.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Deadwood Gaming Resort. When you're looking for the latest and greatest games, the Lodge is the place for you, as we are constantly updating our gaming floor with new and exciting games. There's always something fresh and fun at the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort, your home for the newest games.
Nathan Harb enters for Elijah Bobo, and he'll inherit a runner on first, Carter Sintek, and he'll start by facing Connor Peterson. First pitch misses, ball one. Harb on the season, 23 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 3-3 record, 5.32 ERA, 1.73 WHIP. 20 strikeouts to 12 walks on the summer for Harb. Last 2 times out for him, both games that he started. He pitched against the Spuds, started on July 25th, so only on 2 days rest since then. And he pitched 3 innings in a start against the Milwaukee Zap on July 20th. Over his past 3 outings, though, out of the bullpen, the Zap, Bison, and Plainsman, last 3 times he came out of the pen, a combined 6 innings pitched with no earned runs allowed. The 3-0 finds the zone. The count moves to 3 balls and a strike against Peterson. Peterson, an RBI single in the first, a double in the third, and he was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Brought home a run then as well. And he has scored 3 runs today. He walks in the 7th. First and second with nobody out against Harb in the top of the 7th inning. Here's Miles Meadows. Couple hits today. Grounds 1 foul. Told you how hot of a bat Meadows had been swinging about 3 hours ago. We told you the statistic, but over his last 6 games, 13 for 24 Meadows has been. So you factor in today, count this as over his last 7, 15 for 26. Or pardon me, 15 for 28. Harb throws down to second, and they're going to get Carter Sintek off of second base. Sintek is retired, and that is the first out. Popped up on the infield. Should be playable for the shortstop, Coleman. He makes the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Peterson will stay at first base, and with 2 outs, Caden Anderson will come to the plate. Well, Nathan Harb mentioned the short rest and heavy workload recently. His fastball down quite a bit, about 7 miles an hour from what it was a couple days ago. He misses to Caden Anderson for ball one. Anderson on base 3 out of 4 times today. 2 runs scored for the second baseman. Grounds one right back to Harb. It's off of his glove. He knocks it down and he'll throw to first. And Anderson grounds out. Good reaction time by the pitcher. Nathan Harb saves himself and the baseball, and that will do it. In the top of the 7th inning, stretch time for the Sasquatch. They'll have 9 outs offensively, and they need 7 runs. We'll see if they can start chipping away when we come back for the bottom of the 7th.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
So untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Where you need us to be, on the sidelines to support our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever, getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Leadoff hitter will lead off in the bottom of the 7th. It's the top of the order. Gonzalez Green and Chance Green. Gonzalez, Ben Green, and then Chance Green. Originally it was Nolan Ackerman batting third and doing the catching. 13-6. Fremont Moo on top. 13 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Moose. 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for the Sasquatch. And 2 rain delays. Grounded to second. Anderson backhands it, throws on to first, and Gonzalez is retired for the first out in the 7th. Can start counting down the outs if you're the Moo. 1 away in the top of the 7th inning. They need 8 more outs in order to find themselves a spot in the championship series and a rematch against the team they beat last year in the Casper Spuds. What an amazing regular season it was for Casper this year. Finished things off against the Owaukee Zap, who ended up winning 8-7 to finish out the regular season. As Green fouls it off, the Spuds finish off their regular season 41-9. The Zap 15-37. Sodbusters with a loss today, 32-20. And then the Sasquatch entering today 30-19, while Fremont is at 32-19. The winner of today's game in the championship after the Prospects defeated the Sodbusters. Green checks his swing. Did he go around? He was hit by the pitch. He did not go around, and so Green is hit. And he will reach on a hit by pitch with 1 out. Hughes is contesting that he went around and that Green swung, which would have meant it would have been a strike and not a hit by pitch, but both umpires agreeing that he did not go around. Here's the catcher, Chance Green. Originally this was Ackerman catching. You've got Brinkley Evans, the DH today. Jake Dempsey, the other catcher, already pitched, and so nobody left on the catching side of things but Chance Green the rest of the way. He skies one in the air to center, playable for Meadows, 2 outs. And here comes Ryan Bachman. The 4th year for Bachman and what could be the final game for him with the Sasquatch. in the bottom of the 7th inning. At least hoping that this is not his last at bat with a Sasquatch jersey. 7-run ball game. Fremont, the Sasquatch have a long way to go to try to come back. Ben Green at first, 2 outs, and the pitch to Bachman is hit up the middle, and this is going to get over top the glove of Caden Anderson at second base. A base hit for Bachman, a 2-for-4 day for Ryan Bachman. Ben Green heads over to second and first and second with 2 men out for Javier Marcial. Marcial had the hit of the summer for the Sasquatch last year with the bases loaded and 1 out. He came through to walk last night's ball game off. Seems like it was so long ago that happened, 24 hours ago at this point. So we are 10:15 local time here in Spearfish, despite the first pitch of today coming at 4:05, or 6 hours after the first pitch of the game. And Javier Marcial takes ball 1. Marcial batting 5th today. You've got Micah Coleman due up next. Marcial had a 2-run double in the 5th inning, part of that 6-run frame. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And he takes a strike to even up the count. See how long Theo Hughes will go in this ball game for Fremont. Working into his 2nd inning. The 1-1 is chopped weakly foul, and count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Hughes 39 pitches, so this will be his 40th. Took over from Vincent and trying to polish off 2 2/3 innings. He came in the middle of the 6th. 1-2. Inside. 2-2. Well, Theo Hughes lets the umpires know, and he disagrees with something. Didn't like the check swing and was motioning with his hands to try to show that it was a swing, not a check swing. On that pitch, he took about 3 steps towards the dugout. He thought he was out of the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Marcial. 2 on and 2 out. The pitch missed again, and the count goes full. So the runners will be off on the pitch. Ben Green from second and Ryan Bachman from first on 3-2 with 2 outs. The Oahe Zap have arrived at the ballpark, and they are cheering on the Sasquatch. That'll put some life into the crowd, as we've got some special guests. The Oahe Zap, after beating the Casper Spuds to finish out their regular season, now Theo Hughes has dirt on his shoes that he wants to clean off. The winner of today's game makes the championship. If Fremont wins, they're in. If the Sasquatch win, they're in. Count full with 2 outs. Theo Hughes against Javier Marcial on a 3-2. And that hits him. Marcial is hit by a pitch, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and all of a sudden there's life in the ballpark with a special guests, the Oahe Zap, coming on to cheer their once rival, South Dakotan rival in the ILB, now cheering them on. And here's a big spot in this ball game. 7-run game, but a chance for the Sasquatch to inch closer. Here's Micah Coleman with Green at third, Bachman on second, and Javier Marcial on first. The first pitch to Coleman is hit weakly towards short. It's fielded there by Sintek, and the throw to second gets Marcial. And Theo Hughes is fired up after shutting down the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 7th inning. We head to the 8th with Fremont on top, 13-6. So the Sasquatch will go to Chase Scott. Trying to figure out the defensive alignment here with Scott, the first baseman. Danny Cook has taken over at first. Trying to look out in the outfield to see who has come into left field. Could be Brinkley Evans. It is Brinkley Evans. Right, no DH anymore. Evans will take over in left field. Danny Cook moves over to first, and Chase Scott takes over on the mound. Sidearmer Chase Scott, this is the first appearance for him on the mounds. Son of head coach Justice Scott's gotten an opportunity to hit over the past couple weeks with the Sasquatch depleted with injuries, and got his first opportunity against the travel teams, the Plainsmen and the Bison. Played as well against the Oahe Zap. And now we'll try to get more than likely the final 6 outs of this game in the 8th and 9th inning. He'll start by facing Isaac Bonner in this top of the 8th. Bonner, Bridger Coleman, and Josh Blount. And the first pitch from Scott's in there for a strike, 0-1. Scott is not a pitcher. He is a first baseman, primarily a hitter, and the first position player that will be gone to by the Sasquatch the rest of the way. Sidearm delivery, at least making him a little bit more deceptive to pick up. And this is fouled away. Ball and 2 strikes.
Remember to take your foul ball to the concession stand and get a Squatch Buck. Brought to you by State Farm agent Jody Garcia.
That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes against Bonner. High 70s for Scott in his first appearance on the mound for Spearfish. In the air, center field, playable for Green. Makes the catch. 1 out. Well, this is what summer ball is all about. Even if the Sasquatch don't come back to win it today, the support from the Oahe Zap coming all the way over from Pierre, that's not a short journey. That's 3 hours. To come all the way over. In fact, actually, those games were in Casper, so it's the same 3 hours, and that makes a lot more sense because it's on the way. I thought they were out in Oahe. They came all the way back. Just took a detour on their way back from Casper to stop by here at the ballpark. And this is what the beauty of summer ball is all about. Of course, you're here to win, but you're also here to get better and have a lot of fun, bringing up players for multiple innings on the broadcast and enjoying what could be the last game of the year as much as you can before the summer comes to an end for one of these 2 teams. Pitch swung on and missed by Bridger Coleman, the 9-hole hitter. Couple hits today to go along with a strikeout and a ground out. 2 for 4 day out of the 9th spot by Coleman. Swing and a miss. And Bridger Coleman strikes out, much to the delight of the Sasquatch dugout and Oahe Zap players supporting. 2 up and 2 down for Chase Scott. And the top of the lineup, Josh Blount, will come to the plate. Blount 1 for 3. He's walked twice, scored once. Outside, 1-0 to Blount. Entered today a .303 batting average. He's put together a good summer. Even better in July, batting over .350. One and one. Sasquatch dugout is all out of their dugout, cheering on Chase Scott from just beyond the dugout on the dirt in front of the Squatch box. 1-1 the count. And this is fouled off. A ball and 2 strikes. Well, you can see the Sasquatch faithful right by their dugout, and the Milwaukee Zap are right behind them in the Squatch box, cheering on Chase Scott to try to get the 3rd out of this inning. Into it on every pitch, cheering him on and hoping that he can work a 3 up, 3 down. Top of the 8th. Here's the 1-2 to Blounce. And that is low. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th inning for the Sasquatch, they'll have 7, 8, 9 in the order. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Chase Scott. He works a 3 up, 3 down frame, and as he exits the Sasquatch bullpen, all their pitchers will greet him. Sasquatch will come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing by 7 when we come back.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Everywhere you need us to be, on the sidelines to support our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever, getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
It's the pitcher, Chase Scott, who leads off for the Sasquatch in the bottom of the 8th inning. Wouldn't this be something if he can come through with a hit after a 3 up, 3 down top of the 8th inning? Chase Scott looks at strike 1. No more DH in the lineup with Evans, the DH, now coming into the play, moving over to play left field, and Danny Cook, who's due up 3rd in the inning. You've got Scott, Evans, and Cook, bottom of the order, against Theo Hughes. Quickly 2 strikes to the pitcher. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss, and Hughes sets down Scott on 3 pitches, 1 up and 1 down. Brings up Brinkley Evans. Started as the DH, now he's in left field. 0 for 3 day for Evans. Ground out and 2 flyouts. 5 more outs for Fremont. Evans looks at strike 1. Sasquatch have another arm loosening in the bullpen. It looks from here like it might be Ben Green. So we could see Chase Scott only go the 1 and another position player pitch the 9th. No balls and a strike to Evans. He fouls it back. Nothing in 2. And the 0-2 in the air right field. Coming over is Blount. He's headed towards the foul line, and he makes the catch. 2 up and 2 down for Theo Hughes in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Danny Cook looking to spark a 2-out rally with the Sasquatch trailing by 7 in a must-win ball game. Playoffs on the line for the winner of today's game. Cook is 1 for 3, couple ground outs and a single. And he punches one to right field, and there's another base hit for Danny Cook, as he's done all year long. Another multi-hit game for the guy who is yet to play a game yet in college. He'll be going to Pepperdine. Came right out of high school to join the Sasquatch and has been impressive. Another 2-hit effort for Cook. 2-out base runner in the top of the lineup. Matthew Gonzalez, the second baseman, will get an at-bat here on the 8th. Runner on with 2 outs, and Theo Hughes trying to get through another half inning. What could be his final half inning, with Fremont perhaps going to the pen for the final 3 outs, or they'll just let Hughes try to go the whole rest of the way and get over 4 innings from Hughes. Gonzalez chops it weakly towards the mound. Hughes will go off the mound and throw over to first, a little bit up the line, but they get Gonzalez. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 8th. The Sasquatch go down quietly, and they'll trail by 7 as we head to the 9th inning. Potentially the last at-bats of the regular season for the Fremont Moot coming up in the top of the 9th inning, with Fremont on top by 7.
Health, orthopedics, and sports medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines to support our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to make an appointment. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. Monument Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
So untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
With the Sasquatch trailing by 7, it's Matthew Gonzalez who'll take over here in the top of the 9th inning. The first and only appearance we'll see from Gonzalez on the mound this year, and he will take over. There's no stats to report on Gonzalez on the mound. He started today's game as second base. He's been playing infields all year long, second base, a little bit of shortstop, and that's where we've seen Gonzalez in the field, never on the mound. But today he'll work the 9th inning, and I'll be honest, I've never seen a team 3 outs away offensively from the end of their season having so much fun, cheering on their players, enjoying every moment of it. It's a 13-6 ball game, but the Sasquatch are having a lot of fun, and Matthew Gonzalez will pitch here in the top of the 9th inning. A big hug from Danny Cook right before he gets going. And his first pitch is low, ball 1. Jack Tarosian, Cooper Fucino, and Carter Sintek, 2, 3, 4 in the Fremont lineup. Of course, with all the injuries that the Sasquatch have on the pitching side of things, and only getting 2 outs today from Russell Peterson, made it virtually impossible for them to piece together this bullpen, as this will drop in left field in front of Brinkley Evans. And it's a leadoff single for Jack Tarosian, or Jack Tarosian here in the ninth. Some defensive changes for the Sasquatch. So Chase Scott moves back to first base, going from first to pitcher back to first. Danny Cook will go from left to first to third, so he's at third now. Bachman goes from third to first, and you still got Brinkley Evans out in left field. Inside, ball one to Cooper Fucino. A couple strikeouts on the day for Fucino, but he's been on base twice today with a double and a fielder's choice. Ball and a strike. So Fremont with a win today will find themselves in the ILB Championship Series against the Casper Spuds, a rematch from last year, and have an opportunity to go back-to-back while the Spuds will look for revenge. That'll be a fun championship series. That's going to get started on Tuesday and Wednesday, as he gets Fucino swinging, and the count moves to 1-2. So there's an off day Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, those games would be in Fremont. And then Thursday off day, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be in Casper. Games 3, 4, and 5. 3 guaranteed, 4 and 5 if necessary. And that's in there for strike 3. Matthew Gonzalez. He wants to keep the baseball, and he will. They'll lob that one back towards the dugout, and Matthew Gonzalez strikes out Cooper Fucino. And he'll have a baseball to commemorate the memory. Despite the Sasquatch likely going to finish their regular season here today. Finish their entire season here today. Runner goes and the pitch is inside. Tarosian will swipe second base. Well, always fun to finish out the season. These guys didn't know each other at all before the season started. Spent a couple months together, long days together, bus rides, mafia, getting to know each other, and they'll finish out their summer more than likely today as Marcial's throw from the outfield comes onto the infield. A base hit from Sintek. Runners on the corners for Fremont in the top of the ninth inning with 1 out. And here's Connor Peterson. Peterson has been on base all 5 times today. He's 3 for 3 with 3 runs and 2 RBIs. And the other times he reached was a hit by pitch and a walk. Down low, 1-0. Matthew, you can see from up here, he's smiling on the mound here in the Sasquatch dugout, and the Zap players cheering him on, maybe even some friendly heckling mixed in there. He finds the zone, a ball and a strike to Peterson. Time is called. Now, a conversation here between the umpires. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Sasquatch fans are not happy. Gonzalez just continues to stand on the mound. So the count's a ball and a strike. 2 runners on. Tarosian on third and Sintek at first. The position player, now pitcher, Matthew Gonzalez, trying to get the final 2 outs of the Sasquatch season. Popped up into right center fields. Marcial ranging over. He'll settle under it, and he'll make the catch. Tarosian will tag. No attempt from Marcial to cut him down at the plate. A sac fly for Peterson, and that's the second out. That'll bring up Miles Meadows. with 2 outs in the ninth. Now a 14-6 Fremont lead. Popped up right side. Scott going towards the dugout. It's headed towards the Zap players, and it's going to fall right in front of him. No balls and a strike. Meadows, another good day for him. 2 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. And this one's going to get over top the head of Meadows. Going to second is Sintek. He'll advance on the wild pitch. And, of course, Gonzalez making sure Meadows knows that obviously there's no intention there. He's not a pitcher, so the last thing you want is to see a fastball get away from Gonzalez here on the mounds. Or, as Cade Bleeker calls it, Matty Ice, as we learned when Bleeker was up here in the broadcast booth. Sintek on second base with 2 outs. Gonzalez comes home, and the pitch is into left field, and this is going to drop in front of Evans. Coming home is Sintek. There'll be no throw to the plate, and Meadows has an RBI single, and Fremont extends it to a 15-6 lead. Two runs in the inning off of Gonzalez. And here's Caden Anderson. 1-0. Gonzalez, give him credit. He's throwing a lot of strikes. All you could ask for out of a position player pitching. Grounded to short. Coleman flips it over to Bachman, and that'll do it. Gonzalez, tip of the cap, finishes off the top of the ninth inning. The Sasquatch will come to the plate. Their last hope to keep their season alive. Fremont 3 outs away from headed to the ILB Championship Series. Ben Green, Chance Green, and Ryan Bachman due up for the Sasquatch in the bottom of the ninth when we come back.
So surprising. So untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Theo Hughes will try to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Ben Green, Chance Green, Ryan Bachman, the 3 standing in his way. And Fremont 3 outs away from going to the ILB Championship Series. And at least if you're the Hastings Sodbusters at this point, despite a loss to the Prospects, ultimately would not have mattered if Fremont does win today. A Hastings loss does not change what would have happened to the Sodbusters in their playoff hopes. Ben Green, first pitch swinging into left fields. 1 out in the ninth. Well, before this game comes to a close, I want to give a huge shout out to my host family, Tony and Cassie Panone, for housing both me and Stephen Hogenkamp over the duration of the summer. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to broadcast these games for all of you here on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel. It's been an amazing 2024 summer. I feel so lucky to be here and to be able to broadcast these games, and for having all of you, the fans here at the ballpark and watching online, to be able to broadcast these games for all of you and interact with a lot of you over the course of the summer. It's been so great to be here in Spearfish, and couldn't have asked for a better way to spend my summer. It's been amazing here, being welcomed by this town. So lucky to call Spearfish my home for 2024. Appreciate you all so much for continuing to support the Sasquatch. And of course, into next year, I won't be here, but the Sasquatch will. And in 2025, I'll be cheering on the Sasquatch from afar, hoping that they can make it far in the season and perhaps into the championship. Chance Green fouls it off. The count goes to 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes to the catcher, Chance Green. 2 outs away for Fremont. Getting a spot in the ILB Championship Series and to give them a chance to repeat in 2024. Green grounds one towards third. It's gloved there by Bonner. The throw across gets Chance Green. And there is the second out. And 1 out away for the Moo. And one final time for the Spearfish Sasquatch. It'll be Ryan Bachman who will come to the plate. Year number 4 for Bachman, his final year with the Sasquatch, and this will be his final at-bat with Spearfish. A ground ball to short, and this should do it. Syntech to first. Ball game over. The Fremont Moo win, and they will be headed to the ILB Championship Series for a rematch against the Casper Spuds here in 2024. And of course, for the Sasquatch, the end for Ryan Bachman and the end for the Sasquatch in 2024. For Fremont, a celebration of a repeat chance this summer. They get the job done. They defeat the Sasquatch to finish out their regular season. And the Casper Spuds and Fremont Moo will go head-to-head to finish off their summer. Sasquatch fall in game number 50. A long ball game started at 4:05. Finally comes to a close here past 10 o'clock. Join us for the GP Local postgame show. Hopefully Ryan Bachman will join us to talk about his Sasquatch journey and an amazing 4 years. Final score here from Spearfish, 15-6 the final. Fremont wins it. The GP Local postgame show, where hopefully Ryan Bachman will join us, is coming up when we come back. Don't go anywhere to hear one final time from the mayor, the Spearfish captain, number 24, Ryan Bachman. We're going to keep it here for a few seconds, though, in case there's any honoring of Bachman beforehand. It doesn't look like there will be. Stick around. The GP Local postgame show is coming up in just a few.
Be fucking real, man. Come on. Be fucking real, man. Come on.
Booth on our GP Local postgame show alongside Ryan Bachman. Well, Ryan, I mean, we could go a lot of different ways with this interview, but obviously for you, 4 summers here with the Sasquatch comes to a close today. Won't be back for next year after 4 years with this team. What are you going to remember most about your time with the Sasquatch?
Man, it's just there's so many things. I stood out there, and after the last out, and was able to kind of just go up and reflect, and kind of had everything kind of come back to me again. But man, it's the field is great, and the game is great, but man, it's so much more than that. I've been so blessed and been able to just meet so many amazing people and have so many amazing teammates. I mean, this group was amazing, but every group has been amazing. It's just so crazy how it's happened over and over again, and the Lord has blessed me with so many amazing relationships out of this, and obviously some great memories on the field. But man, it's just feeling really blessed right now.
When you go back to your first summer with the Sasquatch, you were sort of a temporary guy, didn't even know if you were going to play that whole year in that first year. Did you ever imagine 3.5 years later you'd be here in your 4th year as the team vet?
Not at all. I mean, I was hopeful, but I was young and had so many things that I wanted to do, and luckily I matured a little bit and was able to understand that, man, I had something so amazing that I kept wanting to come back and be a part of. And it's so much to think about right now, but man, all I can think about is being so thankful. It's just been amazing.
Well, after 4 years with the Sasquatch, you've gotten to know a lot of the local fans and the people that are diehard Sasquatch fans and interact with them, signing autographs after every game. You're sort of the face, really, of the team, at least over these past couple years as the returner. What are you going to remember most, and what do you love most about the Sasquatch faithful? And if you have any message to all the fans that are watching on YouTube that didn't come out to this ballgame.
Well, I can't thank them all enough. They've taken me in like family, and I'm just play baseball, and I'm just so thankful to all of them. I'm so thankful to everyone who's come out over the years and supported me and clapped along to that song, and man, it's just thank you. I got so much thanks in me right now to everybody, to Eric, to everybody, all the interns that have been around here for this whole year and all the other years, because man, we can't go out there and play without them, and we can't do it without the coaching staff, without all the teammates, and I mean, we definitely can't do it without the fans. And I've said it time and time again that this is special, and there is not much like this anywhere, that you have people that buy into it from the community like they do, and it's special. That's all I can say, and I'm just so thankful for these 4 years.
Well, Ryan, I know I'm thankful for you. I know the entire Sasquatch fan base is thankful for what you've done over these past 4 years. Congratulations on an amazing 4 years here in Spearfish, and congratulations on what was a great season. Came down to the final game. Go enjoy saying goodbye to your teammates here to finish off the season, and enjoying being with your family.
Appreciate it, Ari. Thank you.
Congrats, Ryan. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. I'll say one final thank you as well. Like Ryan said, we can't do it without all of you, the amazing fans. It's been such a pleasure to be your broadcaster over the course of the summer. I'm so thankful and grateful, just like Ryan, that I was able to be given this opportunity to spend the summer with all of you and broadcast these games. For everybody here at Black Hills Energy Stadium, for our entire staff, our intern staff as well, for Eric Schmidt, our owner, for Stephen Hogenkamp, my roommate, my video production intern over the course of the summer, doing everything behind the scenes to make these broadcasts as good as they've been. I'm Ari Wall, one final time saying goodbye from Black Hills Energy Stadium. We'll hope all of you can join us with the Sasquatch in 2025, and thanks for a great 2024.